Hey everybody, this is Squirrel and welcome to Easy Tarot Lessons. Today we're doing our card meanings and we are on the Four of Swords. Mandy, you want to take us off with this?
Oh, okay. Well, I feel a bit like this card at the moment, actually. So I feel like I could just lie down and have a really nice, peaceful sleep. Um, I kind of feel pretty relaxed when I see this card most of the time. I think it's somebody who's meditating or just resting and just sort of taking time out to kind of like maybe run through few things that they're thinking about in their own time. I just don't feel any stress at all with this card. What else could I say about it? The stained glass window that's nice. I might be drawn to that in some readings. It sort of suggests that it is in a sort of peaceful setting. And it kind of says to me, depending on the question, like go somewhere peaceful where you can meditate uninterrupted, where you're not going to get disturbed, that sort of thing. But that's more or less what I get from that in the upright position. And when it's reversed, for me, it's don't. It's sort of is the opposite. It's almost like saying stop, kind of like just thinking about it. You need to sort of get up and take action now.
In reverse,
Hmm.
procrastination.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
I'll get that on the back of my t shirt that reads, I have not yet begun to procrastinate.
I like that.
I need that t shirt.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I suppose it's kind of, yeah. Well, I mean, you're not necessarily following it on from the Three of Swords, but to me, it is kind of perhaps coming to terms with something. After the drama of the Three of Swords, possibly, but it's definitely a thoughtful energy.
Sally, what do you got for us?
Oh, everything Mandy said, absolutely. And then I'm just sitting here looking at it. He's ignoring the things that are hanging over him. So I think that's somebody who's just, put that stuff aside and
Ah,
he's not fazed by those things. And since it's a stone effigy, another thing that hit my brain was it's written in stone. Things are set.
oh, lovely, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
so
was looking at that stone effigy, and when she said sleeping, all I could think of was, I'll sleep when I'm dead.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, there's something, I'm just staring at this effigy and that black line across there. It's like something is going to peek out from there. I mean, I
Oh,
keep waiting for
God.
something to come out and spring out of that. Like you're trying to keep something hidden, but it really wants to come out. So, it doesn't happen every reading, but right now I'm staring at that going, ooh, what's in there? What's gonna come out?
Yeah.
It just feels like it's cracking open a touch.
I've never noticed that, but now, yes, I'm waiting
Oh,
for that
wow.
little green zombie hand.
Yeah, right, right.
Yes.
Like I say, I see something new every time we sit down and talk about it, and I don't even know how many years I've looked at this card, and yeah, something new.
Love that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Being an effigy, effigies, they were really hard to make. They have to have the stonemason and the stone generally shipped in somehow. So this kind of effigy wouldn't be made unless it was something that rewarded their accolades, what they've done in their life.
Yeah.
So this would be, this could be retirement. This could be like Picasso. Picasso, he was made fun of all his life. He wasn't famous until he was dead,
Hmm.
long dead. So it could
Yeah.
be posthumous recognition.
Hmm.
Definitely seems to
Yeah.
be in some kind of church or a chapel.
Hmm.
So I like to see that as the gold watch from the railroad sometimes.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
the
The
rewards.
severance package.
Sword, severance, ha.
Mm-hmm.
Nice, nice.
Mm-hmm.
And in reverse, I would see, not all the time. I know I've said that 100 times and y'all are sick of hearing it. But in reverse, if I'm going with the retirement aspect, I'd be somebody who just couldn't hack retirement. Just total boredom, like get me out of here, or being called out of retirement. Like,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the military, if we go to war, they're going to be called out of retirement.
How about falling on your sword?
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at it now and I'm seeing you know, it's kind of the artwork is quite interesting because that he's just yellow and black. Then the kind of like the swords on the wall are black and white. And then the other part, obviously the stained glass window, is all very, very colourful. So I'm kind of like, I'm not, maybe I need a question to kind of like inspire that there's maybe some sort of message in that. Like one area of things is very colourful and very vibrant, while the rest is all, it almost looks like the artist hasn't finished the the bits without the colour. Do you know what I mean? Like to have one card that has got like a quarter of it all coloured in, and the rest is just about as kind of unpainted as it could be, almost.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm saying, and I think that draws attention maybe to the window. Oh,
Maybe that's what he did in his life, that service to whoever that is. Maybe that's him as a knight and his liege.
Or to take a
yeah,
completely different spin coming off of Mandy's stuff, what if this is, your future isn't over? It's not time to be retired because you haven't finished everything you need to do.
Oh,
oh,
I like that.
lovely.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And when she said that, for this is crazy, but back to what movie would I watch? Wizard of Oz.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I have the pit and the pendulum, so yours is happier. We're going to watch yours.
Right there, we've got so many different meanings. This is a beautiful, beautiful example of how this card can mean different things that aren't so different. We've got that effigy, we've got that calm, peaceful environment. He could be accolades after death. He could be meditation. It could be that he's meditating on what he needs to do next. That window is his meditation or his manifestation.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, that's lovely.
For somebody who's in such repose, he has a lot to say, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And well, I know like Sally said about the being on the sword, or what was it? What was the word you used?
Falling on the sword.
Falling on the sword.
Mm-hmm.
But there is something about the fact that there is that one sword, across the bottom there.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of like part of the structure that he is, like the yellow and black.
Mm-hmm.
And so that sword seems to, well, not stand alone, but lay alone from the other.
Sure.
Sure. And
And that one's
that
highlighted.
may have some significance in a reading.
Yeah, the phrase "live by the sword, die by the sword" hit me when you were saying that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And right now, I was getting that was the one event that really defined him. That the other three swords were good deeds or possibly bad deeds in reverse, but that one sword was his shining example of why they made the effigy of him. That one event where he really stood out.
Yeah, that's nice.
And
You know what
on-
else it could be? A bed of nails.
Sure.
Like, so we're thinking that he's all peaceful and meditating, but maybe it's being comfortable in what might otherwise, to some people, be considered a painful situation. But finding comfort in it.
And see that actually makes that stained glass window take on a different slant. Like he's keeping himself from the beauty or of his life and putting himself in that place of discomfort on purpose.
Yeah. I don't know why people lie on beds of nails, but there must be a reason.
Right?
Do you know what? But maybe it's a similar thing to people getting loads of piercings or tattoos and all that sort of thing. I think don't they like the pain of getting it done or something.
Either that or they're trying to develop self-discipline and tolerance to pain.
Yeah, something like that. I'm sure that is part of it, and I am wondering whether I might see this card in that way in the right situation.
All kinds of stuff.
He's dreaming about that window as a sort of a tattoo, and all that sort of. Can I actually bear the pain of having such an elaborate tattoo done?
That's perfect.
It's about to get done or something. I don't know what they call it.
Oh,
I
wow.
doubt whether Pamela was thinking that when she painted this picture, but it sort of applies these days, doesn't it? Like so.
Mm-hmm.
See, his arm is up, so that's going to be like part of a sleeve tattoo.
Oh yes.
So does anybody have anything to add?
Don't think.
No, I don't think so.
Not at this time? All right. There's definitely more to him. Just remember that we are saying what we see at this moment. And it's not quite the same as a tarot reading, but it is allowing our minds to expand and be able to see him in a different light instead of getting stuck in the rut of, well, he's just dead. You know? Because we do get stuck in those ruts. And this is the best way to get yourself out of them.
I think it's very, very rare that I ever see him as dead, to be honest. Although, yes, it is a sort of a tomb, but I tend to sort of think, oh, you know, we've got other cards that seem more dead than this one to me.
Yes.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this seems to be the only peaceful dead card. All the others are so violent or like, violent. And he's just like, oh, yeah. Maybe we need to go to a Grateful Dead concert, yeah?
Right.
All right. Thank you, ladies, for helping me look at this card. And
Have a great day.
I'll see you next time.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.